All right, everybody, welcome back to the No Quarter Podcast.
Idaho's #1 podcast.
Episode number 29.
Almost to 30.
Almost.
That's wicked.
Is that a milestone, 30?
Nah,
No,
probably not.
but it sounds like it to me.
I think a milestone would be 100.
I think a milestone will be 52.
Why?
Because that's 1 year's worth of podcasts at one podcast a week.
That's actually true.
Even though it hasn't been, it will not have been in a year.
Yeah.
It feels like a year.
Oh, it's been over a year is my point.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, it feels like we've been doing this a while.
Oh, yeah, we have been.
We have,
It's
yeah.
just, you know.
Just got to
life-
stay consistent.
life. Yeah, you know.
We're doing good.
Now we are.
Yeah, we've been doing good. We've recorded multiple weeks in a row. We released last week, released this week. I think it just went out yesterday, right? And then we'll have an episode release.
I was getting...
That is definitely bent.
It's bent.
It looks like it.
Nah.
No,
They were watching us last
not
night,
bad.
though. I had some friends watching it, and they're like, dude, this episode is hilarious. They're
Oh
like,
yeah,
why is every time your voice comes on a
picture.
picture of me? And I'm like, oh, well, the video got corrupted.
God, I wish we had the bandwidth to make it a different picture every time.
Oh, I know.
Or just the Picasso. You should have used the Picasso painting.
Absolutely,
Dude, I should hang the Picasso up in here.
No.
Opportunity.
My wife doesn't want it hung up in the house.
I
We should put it
draw
right here.
a line. Picasso is not coming in here.
Do it.
No.
Every new guest has to smell it.
No. Every guest has to smell it.
Welcome to the No Quarter Podcast, where you have to literally smell someone's taint.
Yeah. Golly.
Dude.
I guess we'll do the housekeeping up front. Hey, guys, No Quarter Pod. We are trying to break 1,000 followers, 1,000 subscribers on
Let's
YouTube.
go.
Come on. Help us cross that line. We're at like 700. We need 300 more. I'm going to send out another email to our list, see if we can knock out another few hundred.
We got to get that merch
But help
going,
us get across
actually.
that. Yeah.
So I've got the invoice. I need to share it with you guys so we
Yeah,
can
do
get
it.
that going.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
it.
We will. Okay, here's the promise. I think we will all commit to this. So I feel good saying it without consulting you first. Once we cross 1,000 subs on YouTube, we will release our t-shirt.
Hell
Okay,
yeah.
That's fair.
So we've got a t-shirt designed. We've got it ready to order. We haven't ordered it yet. Once we cross that 1,000 sub mark, we will release a first edition, limited edition t-shirt, and then the t-shirts after that.
We're
will be
actually
more
a
like
business
generic.
now.
Yeah,
We
Like
are.
a legitimate business.
We are. We do.
Registered with Idaho and everything.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
It's
So-
legit.
Is that a good one? Are you guys cool with that?
Yeah.
So the t-shirt
100%.
the 1,000 sub will release our first t-shirt. We'll make it something cool, so it's like a limited edition.
I think
Yeah.
the 1,000th subscriber should get a free t-shirt.
I don't know how to even. I don't know if I can break it down. I probably can. Say see who subscribed when.
Or turn on email notifications for new subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're at 999, you know the next person gets a shirt.
The problem is we have a lot of people that sub, and then like we have attrition. So it's like this person subscribed, and it
Then
just
they leave,
blows
yeah.
up the inbox.
Mm.
So, anyways, so that's the ask. Help us get across that 1,000 sub line, and then once we do that, we will release a limited edition T-shirt for everybody because people have been asking us, what about apparel? What
Dude,
about
if we
merch,
get
that kind of
past,
stuff.
here's what I'll do. I'll do one better. If we get to the 1,000 sub mark before range day, I'll give a 4-pack ticket for a family
Oh shoot,
for range day.
we'll do it. So all of our subscribers will do a drawing.
Yeah.
And we will give if you're local. That's the tough part.
Even
Yeah,
if you're not,
well,
you
if you're
just have
not,
to pay
dude,
for your own airfare.
Yeah, get your airfare
Yeah,
out here.
we're
People,
not
come to
that
Boise,
we're not
it's
that
nice.
baller yet.
Yeah.
no,
it's
but
nice.
people.
Come to
I mean,
Boise.
people came
That's
from
true.
all
People-
over the country
That
last
is
year.
true.
Yeah.
And we'll spend a little bit of time describing the event. So, and it's grown every single year.
Yeah.
We take over the entire double tap range in Boise. So if you don't know what that is, go look it up. It's a huge outdoor range,
Private range.
multiple bays. It's a private range. And Rob has a ton of vendors, all the firearm industry vendors, all the big players, all the gun companies. They come out, they set up booths, and you get to test all the guns that they bring with them. Your ammo's included with your entry fee, right?
Yeah.
Am I
Yep.
right about that?
Unless you want to shoot machine guns, it's an extra fee, but
Yeah. And there's machine guns. Like
Yeah.
Rob said, it costs a little bit extra, but you get to test all that
It's
stuff.
worth
So
it.
if you're looking at buying a new gun and you're like, I'd love to shoot it first, this is the place to go where you as the consumer, this isn't industry, this is consumer level show.
yeah.
Get to shoot all the guns with the reps right there. They can talk you through the pros and cons, and then you can go literally compare and contrast bay to bay to bay to bay.
Yeah.
It's really
and
cool.
two major sponsors of this year's event, which is USCCA and VKTR Firearms. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Dude,
huge shout out to them.
The VKTR stuff, it's relatively new to me, but man, super impressed with them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Super impressed.
Got some good news coming with them too.
Yeah, super cool. And then USCCA, they've always been a really loyal sponsor to you guys and to you. So
Yeah.
Yeah. We're a sponsor to them, really.
that's yeah, you guys do a lot of classes for them. And then they
I'm
come
like,
in.
yeah. I mean, and you know, the
Yeah, so
USCC
range day, June 7th.
So
Put that out
that's
there.
a cool. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So if we breach that 1,000 sub mark, prior to that, it's a 4-pack
4-pack
of
ticket.
tickets.
Yeah.
Comped.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's like what, $400
It's $40. $40 per person.
ticket? Okay, cool.
And I'll even make sure to get your food at range day.
Oh yeah, we'll bring you guys in. We'll cover your food.
Yeah, it's all done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know it is. That's why I said it.
Oh, yeah.
We'll cover your food.
Cool.
It's
That's-
already done. But yeah, you know,
Yeah.
here we go.
Nice. I like that. That's fun. That's a good way to help
You know, we
help
should
inspire our followers to share us.
We should get someone from the USCCA in here soon,
For sure.
Oh yeah.
but only to talk about the disrupting nature of some of these YouTubers and see what their thoughts are.
Show your work. I'm curious what you mean.
Well, like, you know, there's cases that the USCCA drops,
Mm-hmm.
and then the YouTubers go ham and going like, this place is a scam. Don't use USCCA. Use lawyers on retainer, or use Legal Heat, or
One
Legal
of the other
shield,
yeah.
options.
So you watch these videos on YouTube of them bashing the USCCA, saying how the USCCA left this person high and dry. They're not actually covering their legal fees. Blah 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 blah. And then at the end of these videos, there's an ad for another competitor, and it's like, oh, you lose all validity.
So I'm glad you brought this up because I'm actually really curious about this.
Yeah.
You guys are going to bash me. Followers, you should bash me. I don't have concealed carry insurance. I know that's stupid because I've been carrying for a long time. My wife does. I don't. Whatever. I held off joining USCCA because some of those
Yep.
claims.
There's
So-
going to be pros and cons to any insurance or whatever you want to call it. Like there's always exclusions in the contracts. You have to read them, but
so that would be my assumption.
Yes.
Is that probably these cases that got dropped were escalation, use of force that fell outside of like what was
Legal
considered a
use of
good
force.
shoot,
yeah.
and they're not going to defend you if it's a
Criminal
illegal
act.
shoot, a
Yeah.
criminal act.
So yeah, the one big one was a woman killed her husband during a handoff of their children in a Walmart parking lot, and she signed up for USCCA the night before.
Oh, it's
And once the
Almost
once
like
the
premeditated.
yeah, well, once the court case was going on and stuff, they found out she was like Googling like how to kill or how to shoot your husband and get away with it. Do I need insurance? And like,
That's one of the
will
big ones.
USCCA cover me killing my husband? And like, that's premeditation.
Okay.
You know, and then the husband was like, let's meet at the police station to do this. And she said, no, we're going to meet at Walmart.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So all the facts were there. So the USCCA is like, yeah, you're fuck no. Like, we're not going to cover you
Sure.
because it's very clear.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like they were like, we're going to make the decision. Like, they got the information from the district attorney. They got
Yeah.
all, you know, the lawyer did the due diligence to get all the information. They're like, this is a fucking crime.
And I'll say this because like we just basically disclosed like you guys have affiliations with USCCA.
Yeah, for sure. There's no hiding that. Yes, we have.
Right.
He obviously does. He
Yeah.
teaches their material
Yep.
and whatever, and we host classes at our store as well.
Mhm.
So
Is
we're a
any-
retail partner.
Is any part of your guys' contracts disallow you guys from exploring like controversial topics that may
No.
share them in a
No.
bad light or show
No.
them in a bad light? I know personally from you guys, like this is just me kind of prefacing this conversation. I think if you guys saw foul play, both of you would drop USCCA
In a heartbeat.
in a heartbeat.
Yeah. If
If they
there
were
was
not protecting people
Mhm.
when they should be.
Yeah. And anytime there's a public case where the USCCA doesn't cover it, I reach out to their regional guy and go, you better fucking start talking.
Yeah.
You know, because I tell my clients to get it. And if it's not good shit, I'm going to tell my clients, hey, I fucked up. Cancel that shit now. We're all switching to Legal Heat or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
Like Law Shield or
Yeah,
like
Law Shield,
one of
yeah.
the computer.
Yeah, one of the fucking companies. And here's the thing. I'm not saying the competitors are bad. I'm just
No,
saying.
I'm sure some of them are great. Like
Yeah.
I've heard awesome things about Law Shield.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is the USCCA, if I look everything side by side, the USCCA offers more coverage for self-defense than anyone else.
Hey, I'll tell you a
So-
quick story. Sherry and I last March were in Hawaii, and I was sitting at the bar at Duke's, and this dude comes bellies up to the bar. Pretty difficult place to get a seat at the bar. I mean, I sit there all day long. I love that place. But this dude comes bellying up to the bar, and he's looking like he's kind of had a stressful day. And I'm like, man, that's kind of crazy being in Hawaii. Like, how could he be stressed out? And he was just kind of sitting to himself, and bartender and I were rapping, and I end up getting up to go to the bathroom, and I come back, and I'm probably wearing like one of my shirts or whatever, but it struck up a conversation.
One of your Black Rifle shirts? Yeah.
And the guy was from LA, and he was told to get out of LA and go over to Hawaii or go on vacation, go somewhere to decompress because he was involved in a road rage incident where he used his car as the weapon, and USCCA was covering him. And that's when I asked Tiffany and Soren, I said, dude, so it covers you in a vehicle, and they're like a knife, a bat, a stick, any self-defense situation.
Self-defense insurance.
Really?
And so the attorney that USCCA hired told him, hey, get out of town for a while, let this thing, because there was some protest or something going on, and he felt like he was being blocked in, and he just ran the dude over. And so he was over there in Hawaii decompressing, and dude, he had a pretty compelling story. Dude, they were paying for everything, like not his trip over there, but they were paying for everything.
His coverage, his legal defense, everything. Wow.
And it had been going on for months and months.
Yeah.
Does it extend into the civil side, or is it just criminal?
No, it'll cover civil. Yeah.
Because like I know most of these cases, even if you're ruled innocent criminally, a lot of people end up getting sued civilly.
Well, in the state of Idaho, no.
In the state of Idaho, no, because you're protected legislatively against that.
But other states, yes, you're screwed. But yeah, no, they'll cover civil suits as long as it's not ruled negligence and stuff. And don't quote me on that. I haven't read the contract in 3 years. I don't fucking know. But I'm pretty sure it covers criminal and civil lawsuits.
We need to get Tiff or Soren.
We should get Tiffany in here or Soren,
to talk about.
We should probably get both of them in here.
Because like
cool.
honestly, like I want to ask kind of some of those harder questions and hear what they have to say about it. Because I mean, USCCA as an organization, like this stuff is all over the internet. It's all over social media. So it's not like they don't hear about it. And you have to.
Well, I mean, she hears because I've confronted Tiffany in my own office before. It's like, hey, sit down, let's talk.
Yeah.
Because you see all these YouTubers, and we get a lot of pushback at the counter too.
Sure.
Because, as you guys know, people, they see things on the internet, they take it for gospel. They've never dug in. They're just taking somebody's word for it. And just like anybody listening to this show, don't take our word for it. Go look at it.
Go research.
Do your due diligence.
If you guys have not figured out by now that we are just a few idiots sitting in a room rapping at a freaking microphone, like,
and I get nothing out of it. I think maybe we get like $2 or $3 for anybody that signs up at the counter level.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's like not like I have any real skin in the game.
Right.
I just want people, if they're going to carry a gun, 1, get training. 2, get insurance.
And I'll say this, like, if at all possible, we'll have that same conversation with USCCA, and we'll have that same conversation with competitors on the show. Like, I have zero reservations saying we will bring in their competitors, and even if they're willing to sit across from each other and have a conversation, we could talk about some of these things and what the pros and cons of the different organizations are. You know what I mean? So
I just think it's important that if you're going to be carrying a firearm, there's so many things that could go wrong in. You got to have some kind of.
It is my biggest
coverage.
Consideration. Like, I know it's dumb for me to not have it, and
it's really not that much money. I mean, if you divide it up into 12 months, or you just pay for it up front, like it's really not that big of a deal.
Yeah. It's like $400, $500.
Yeah.
Is that for a lifetime or for a year?
No, for an elite year membership.
Yeah. And they have like a whole 365-day money back guarantee too. So your first year, like, if you get up to 364 days and you're like, fuck it, you can cancel it and they'll refund your whole year. Yeah.
Interesting.
What they do.
I know I need to look into it. I haven't. And I don't know. It's just one
and
of those
check your
things.
homeowner's policy too. I mean, there's some things in there like, so with our business insurance, I know there was some crazy shit going down like the summer of love. Like, in our policy, I had no idea where we could hire private security. And if shit was to happen at the store, private security would be covered. Yeah. For myself also. And then there's like if someone was to take myself or Sherry or one of our kids, like, hostage, there's like money in there for that.
You don't announce that publicly.
Dude, it's just crazy though. It's like you got to read your policy because I never knew about it. You know what I mean? So
like, hey, you guys know if you take me hostage, my insurance will pay you.
Yeah, don't try. Don't fucking try.
Yeah, it's not the right house.
You might fuck around and find out.
Yeah, well, carrying that Mark 18 around.
CCA.
I carry this bad boy with me everywhere I go.
Jeromy hates it. The quad rail is GOAT. I'm just saying.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
The quad rail is the OG and it is the best.
As
You'll
of
never
now,
beat it. You'll
honestly,
never beat it.
as of now, like as of right now, the what is it? The Riz 3,
Yeah.
Daniel Defense. This is my favorite rail that I've ever had.
Really?
M-Lock all day, baby.
I have an M-Lock rail. I can't remember what it is. It might be a Riz.
M-Lock's cool for sure.
I'm not saying it's bad. There's just what's that YouTuber? He's like old school, like prepper guy, kind of like a little quirky.
Grand Thumb.
No. He's like an older guy. He lives in Washington, I think. He's the guy who does all the U.S. Forest Service videos.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Wrangler Star.
Yeah, dude, he's awesome.
Yeah.
That guy's cool.
Wait, is he the flamboyant one that's like, just so you know, this caliber will penetrate?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So his little go-to is like it gives him the fizz. Like,
Yeah.
dude, quad rails just give me the fizz.
It's just so bulky, you know?
I know. Yeah. So
They're badass.
they are. You can't get around them.
If you're 100.
If you're
So you sent me something
Oh,
direct
fuck.
message
Oh, fuck.
on Instagram.
We're talking about flat earthers again because that one really got some people stirred up in the comments.
Did it
No.
really?
Yeah, I had people reaching out to me. They're like, dude,
Dude, I feel like you get more DMs than we get comments.
It's funny. I love
Can
it.
you just tell all of your friends to go comment on the video?
I try. I tell everybody to.
So you essentially said, the post said there's like 5,000 something photos from the original moon landing back in the
Yes.
60s. Right?
Yes.
And there's a ton of inconsistencies amongst those photos.
Yes.
And you have now changed your opinion from, I think that the footage was fake, but we went, to we just didn't go.
No.
No, he's changed his opinion. He says now the Earth is flat.
The Earth
Oh.
is shaped like a hot dog. No,
I'm a wiener earther.
no. So what I was saying is, I am fully on board with the idea that we did go to the moon, but the footage is all fake.
Okay.
We went to the moon. That's never been a
The
dispute
footage
for
does
me.
look fake as
It is
fuck.
fake as
No,
fuck.
the footage is fake for sure. Like you watch it and you're like, that's just bad
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Like
Well,
that's bad,
that's old people with
bad
cameras.
special effects.
Yeah. But no,
you can you watch them like holding their umbilical cords.
Yeah, no. Oh, the
And-
25-foot umbilical cord.
Yeah, and like when they drop it, it like falls.
yeah. Or all the ladies in space with their hair just like sprayed upwards.
Yeah.
And they turn their head and it just moves like this. Yeah. I don't buy any footage.
So you don't you believe like people just came back from the space station?
No, I
No.
don't believe that.
No.
Negative. I don't
Really?
believe that at all. No, I don't. If they were only supposed to be there for 30 days, why the fuck did they have Christmas hats on board?
Well, there always are
Well, there's
people,
people
on the
on
space.
the
It's
space
never
station that- yeah.
unoccupied.
Okay, well then here's my next thought is, how come all of the footage of them going to get rescued and them landing looks so AI generated? The physics of the parachutes don't look right. It hits water after burning through the freaking atmosphere, and there's not a single bit of steam coming off of that whole thing.
The thing was burnt to shit. You see the outside of that craft?
I mean, just
Freedom?
because it was burnt doesn't mean. They said it'd take 30 minutes to retrieve them. It took 3 minutes. The water looks like it's on a loop, right? So, like, as it's sitting and they dock the boat up to it, it's like floating, and the water's like on a 10-second loop. The sky is perfect conditions, not a single wave. There was a video.
That's what they're going for, though.
That's a video
That's what they're trying to do.
of legitimately dolphins under it. Like, come on. There's no fucking way that was legit.
I think it's pretty legit.
I think it's legit.
There's no way. Have you watched the footage and you're telling me those?
Wait, hang on. I
parachutes-
want physicist Jeromy to explain to me how
Yeah.
the physics were wrong.
the parachutes just like they didn't.
Well,
I
no,
don't know.
you said the physics are off. So walk me through the
Well,
physics.
I mean, like the physics.
no,
of
I
it.
understand what physics is.
Right, I know.
Walk me through it.
I don't understand what physics are, but what I
this
mean is
guy.
like you could see the difference between an actual parachute after someone lands and there's no more tension on it and it falls versus what these parachutes did. Makes no fucking sense.
What did they do that was...
They just like floated so nicely up for a while and like then they became really thin and like looked like ribbons and then they kind of settled. Like
That's... Parachutes are ribbon. They're just material.
no, this dude, no.
Okay, show me a video. Because
I'm
Did you not
getting-
watch it? The re-entry?
No.
It was pretty cool.
Oh, well, fuck, dude. Why are you even being devil's advocate? You should just take my word for it. The fuck? All right, let me see here. I think I sent it to you guys, though, didn't I? In the No Quarter group?
You might have.
Let's see here. I have so many freaking groups.
So you think we've been to the moon,
Yeah.
but you don't think we're on a space station.
No. I should clarify. Sure, we're on a space station. I just don't think any of the footage we're ever getting is real.
Even modern footage.
Yeah.
So like the footage of SpaceX and Blue Origin, like the boosters landing and or being caught, that's all fake.
I don't know. I don't see cell phone videos of it.
All right, you know what we should do? We should go to a Blue Origin or a SpaceX launch. We should like do a No Quarter field trip.
That'd be fun.
So Jeromy can see a launch and then watch the boosters land.
Go to Vandenberg Air Force Base or go to Florida. One of the two.
I'm down to do a Florida trip.
Yeah.
What do you think? Would that convince you?
No.
Go to the Kennedy Space Center.
That'd be so sick.
It's fake.
What is?
All of it.
The Kennedy Space Center?
Yeah, it's not even a real place. Find it on a map.
I can
definitely find it on a
now
map.
I'm just fucking
now
kidding.
he's just being.
Yeah, now at this point I'm just being fucking.
Now you're just being the guy.
But you don't believe in it at all? Any of it?
No, I believe that we've been to space. I believe we have the capability to go to space. I believe that
You
know,
believe
there's
satellites are real?
satellites are definitely real. Like I believe in all of that. There's so much overwhelming evidence that all of that.
Because
is
like these
accurate.
space deniers, like they don't believe satellites are real.
You could see them.
I know.
Yeah.
Dude, there's fucking thousands of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
space
No,
travel.
I'm aware. You can see
Yeah.
them. I mean, you can watch the SpaceX trains when they get launched.
You could see the SpaceX trains go across the
That's
sky.
what I mean.
It's weird. But no, I do believe in all that. I just don't believe that a lot of the footage of stuff is always going to be accurate. Like there's video footage recently of the astronauts that were just picked up from the space station, the man and the woman,
Mm-hmm.
right? And she's legit standing there and her hair is just sticking straight up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can see like definitely some of the stuff that they put out there.
It's not legit.
It is on a soundstage for sure.
Yeah.
Currently
Absolutely.
or
Some of the current stuff that they put out is it's unconvincing.
You remember the guy who's
But
like,
it's not all of it.
what happens to water when you pour it out and it was like this little orb and you like
Yeah.
you sucked it up? There's a video of a person from NASA being interviewed and walking through like a control room, and you could see that actual
green
video,
screen, yeah, I
and
know.
it's on a green screen.
Yeah.
I don't fucking buy it. Now, that doesn't mean they're not doing it. They're just not showing us what's really done. That's what I think. I don't trust the fucking government or any of those businesses that work with the government at all.
you
Not
hear
even a
all
little
this
bit.
shit coming out about the pyramids and shit?
Yeah, dude.
where it's like 2 kilometers below the subsurface,
Yeah.
and it's like cylindrical spiral columns. And
Well,
Like
there's
how
so-
they built
there's
that
so-
back in the day like that,
Well, that's
if that's the case.
the point.
I don't
Like,
know.
I mean, none of the information coming out of our government is fucking. It's just unbelievable.
this is-
Fortunately, this didn't come from the
It's-
government. It was private.
Yeah,
Like,
it
like,
was
they
a
don't even
private
work with the
research
government.
group.
They were just
Apparently,
legit.
they're doing an entire release on what they found because they found it with a
Essentially
some kind of
fancy sonar.
sonar. Yeah,
and so they were able to map it with that. This is what I think. This is like my gut. I think that the idea of pre-civilization, meaning that our understanding of the technology of ancient civilizations is wrong. That there were highly technologically advanced civilizations that have collapsed, and then have been buried in time.
You know why they collapsed? Trannies.
Trannies?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay.
As soon as like the Roman Empire was like, oh, we're cool with gay shit.
Oh, I see what
Boom.
you're saying. Yeah, like there have been a lot of like
Yeah.
corollary studies where it says like you can see trends.
Oh, so God killed them all then?
you can see societal trends.
They killed each other.
Oh, it's
They started doing weird booty stuff, and no more babies came.
yeah, it's true.
But there are interesting like correlations where you can see societal trends
Yeah,
as societies shift from growth into life of leisure, and then some of the things that happen.
I have no more rabbit holes to go down. Like, I don't want to even open up something because everybody was sending me the pyramid shit, and I like read it a little bit, and I was like, dude,
So I read it all. It's
This would
actually
be
really interesting.
hours.
because-
I just don't really care.
I don't give a fuck.
But
either.
why?
Why don't I care?
Because it completely. I mean, if that's the case, then see, I don't buy it.
This is what
He's
changed. This
pulling
is
it up.
this is when I will start caring. If some sort of technological discovery, because here's the thing, I'm not going to go digging in Egypt for answers. I'm just not.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing.
Couldn't even fucking give
But
a
if they
fuck about
find
going over there.
if
I
they-
do not want to go to Egypt.
if they find some kind of technological advancement as a result of studying these old civilizations that change our day-to-day, our right now existence, that's when I'll start caring. But for now, it's a mystery. And
How old do you think the Earth is?
I don't know. Old.
But like,
Are you asking because like the Bible says it's
Yeah,
like I don't think it's a couple thousand years old.
it's got to be older.
I am not a young Earth creationist. So I believe in the creation theory. I believe that all of matter and existence was designed by a thoughtful and creative designer. I think that the idea of the Big Bang is not far-fetched. I just think that it was inspired, it wasn't random. So like where they can see the universe expanding from a point of origin. Okay.
Yeah.
Like to me, if an all-powerful creator that had power over the physical world spoke something into existence, in my mind that would be a pretty explosive event. Like why not it be a singular event? You know what I mean? I have no idea how old the Earth is. I don't know if it's billions of years old. I don't know if it's hundreds of thousands of years old. I don't know if it's millions of years old. There are all kinds of problems with carbon dating that result wildly varied answers and results. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us know.
I mean, I'm pretty sure
Of what?
how old the Earth is.
Are you?
Mhm.
How old?
100 million years. I don't know, dude. I don't know shit
Yeah.
about fuck, dude.
This is so crazy.
Yeah, I have no idea.
All this information. I mean, it's just information overload. Is it a distraction? Who knows
Maybe.
what's going on?
I can say almost definitively that it's not 7,000 years old.
Okay, but wait. So what does the Bible say?
If you were to read the English translations of the Bible and just understand it word for word verbatim,
Mhm.
it would be very easy to try to think it were only a few thousand years old.
I'm positive in the Bible it doesn't say like the Earth is 7,000 years old. It doesn't say that. Like there's no like definitive
So
timeline.
the way that people develop that timeline is they use the genealogy that is listed in the Bible. And they basically say, well, we can understand timeline from us until a prominent character in history that is listed in the Bible.
Mhm.
And then they're able to track the genealogy from that person in the Bible all the way back to Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
And so then they'll say, well, if Adam and Eve was person 1 and 2, and everybody came from them, then you assign a certain amount of years per generation and you extrapolate that out. I think that there are holes in that.
Well, there's holes in everything the Bible
So-
says.
I don't think that.
There's holes in everything I say too. It's not just the Bible that has holes in it. Everything I think has major flaws.
Yeah.
I am a fucking
Yeah.
human being.
There are theories out there like theistic evolution,
Mhm.
not meaning, God told pond scum to turn into humans,
Right.
but like more of like a process of adaptation and change was kind of designed into the plan kind of deal.
Mhm.
That's a theory that's out there. I can see some efficacy in it. I can see some holes in that. There is young earth theory, meaning like they take the Bible as literally. There is old earth theories where like one day in the Bible is thousands of years or millions of years. So like the time of creation, like the day of creation as accounted for in the Genesis account
Mhm.
is like an extravagant amount of time,
Yeah.
right? So like the day that the sky was made and the oceans were made, it wasn't just like a day, So there are all kinds of theories. Here's the thing. I don't know. And I want those answers, but I'm also content with knowing that I don't think that those answers, even with a degree of certainty, are really attainable. I just don't.
You know what's interesting to me is that maybe if I entertain the idea that there is a God or a
Mhm.
singular creator, maybe we're too curious and we weren't meant to know.
That could be part of it. I think that there are some paradoxes in our understanding of the universe that we just don't have the capacity to understand. This is what I know for sure. Order does not come from chaos.
Okay.
So, to me, the idea that the hyper complex symbiotic systems that we have that allow us to exist, even just in our individual bodies, how delicate the balance is that the systems that we have rely on each other, and when one system gets thrown out of balance, all of the systems get thrown out of balance.
What you're saying is when
There's-
bees die, we die.
There's too much order in the observable universe, all the way down to the individual person, for it to be random to me.
Okay.
Right. So even if you were to take away my belief in Christian theology,
Mhm.
I would at very least be a theist.
Yeah.
Right. Meaning I would at very least, I can't not believe that there is some kind of deity or God that has created all of this stuff.
Odin.
Now, I am not a theist. Like, I believe in, but there are a lot of people who have these same thoughts. Like, there's too much order, there's too much evidence for creation for me to not think that there's something. I just am not willing to assign a belief to a certain system. There's
Yeah.
a lot of people that are like that.
Yeah.
And if I didn't believe in the beliefs that I do, I would at least be one of those people.
Yeah.
You know what I
I get
mean?
I get it.
But there's a ton of things that, dude,
Have you heard the story of Horus? I think that's where I started when I was young. I believed in God,
We've talked about this.
and that's the story that kind of was like, well, wait a second.
Can you break it down a little bit for the listeners?
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you the Jeromy version of it. Is Horus was the first known documented ever like god, so to speak, and he's god of the sun. And the story of Horus essentially was a way for people way, way, way back in ancient times to explain. It's like the first good versus evil, really. And then if you look at the story of Horus, he was born of a virgin mother. He had 12 disciples. He died and resurrected. And then you start looking at how we understand the months and the seasons. Horus's story really kind of falls in line. Like he died and resurrected. If Horus is the sun or god of the sun, during like the Easter times when the sun drops down a few degrees onto the Crux constellation, then 3 days later it rises right above it, signaling new life, right?
Mhm.
Like now we can start growing our crops and our farms, and stuff like that. So, that's, I mean, I guess like the most roundabout just way.
Okay.
And then you look at all the other stories of all the hundreds and hundreds of gods and stuff that have happened before. They have all the same story.
Very, very similar stories.
I mean, yeah, it's not perfect. They're not perfect matches, but like born of a virgin mother, died, resurrected. A lot of those things are like present in so many different religions throughout time that's what was like, all right, well, there's enough inconsistency saying that it's one definitive thing that I can't believe in one definitive thing.
Mhm.
That's where like my brain came from. So
Yeah, I think that that's fair. I think that it's easy to look at every belief system that's
Sure,
out there. Well,
sure.
let me rephrase that. It's not easy to look at everyone because there's a lot,
yeah,
right?
there's too
And-
many.
And I would argue, even amongst, like, I'll just talk about my sphere, even amongst Christians, there's a ton of different interpretations that Christians have.
Oh yeah. And I think every person's idea of Christianity is a little different.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I think that there are, and we're getting like way into the weeds. So like the way that I would articulate that is there are certain principles that would be considered. So the word is salvific, but like there are certain principles that would be considered of such importance that it is whether it would determine whether or not a person is saved in that faith
Mhm.
or not. And then there are other things that are of less importance that are not considered salvific. So they don't determine
Sure.
salvation.
Sure.
So for example, like in the Christian faith, the belief in who Jesus is, in the Trinity, that Jesus died, that he was God's son, that he rose, those are salvific doctrines, right? Those are core principles to, according to the Christian faith, this is what saves you or what doesn't. Like the belief in this or the lack of belief in this is what grants you salvation, right?
Yeah.
And then there are non-salvific doctrines like, different things constituting sin for one person and another. Like an alcoholic drinking would be considered sinful, but somebody who is not an alcoholic having an alcoholic drink would not be. Like, so those are
Yeah.
like, so there are different interpretations of those,
Sure.
both salvific and non-salvific doctrines. And it just, dude, it's so like, it goes so wide.
You know what freaks me out? Christians who own bars and sell alcohol.
Why is that freaking
And flat earthers.
and flat earthers?
I just think it's like you're telling me that you're this amazing Christian person. You are just
Me being a Christian
Not-
does not make me an amazing
no,
person.
no, not you, but people, right? Like, oh, I follow the word of the God. I'm a Christian, blah blah blah, all this stuff, and like this is how I live my life. But like, also let me go ahead and just sling this fucking poison to people all day long and contribute to alcoholism and potentially worse.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me. You can't say that you're like good for your fellow man if you're serving alcohol to people.
Is there ever a time where alcohol can be considered beneficial? I think that the answer to that is yes.
I don't think so.
I think I can tell you this. I've had a lot of really productive conversations about lots of things, philosophy, faith, politics, and having a little bit of social lubricant in a positive environment creates very thoughtful conversation.
So socially, good for you.
Sure.
Physically, one sip of alcohol is not good for you. It's
I mean,
bad for your body.
breathing is bad for your body at this point.
Breathing?
Breathing.
Breathing.
Oh, breathing. Well, I mean, only because of chemtrails.
Dude, that's crazy. Yeah.
Idaho fucking going hard as fuck.
I see what you're saying though. I also think that there's a thought of
I like unwinding. I love having a drink
Oh,
in
I
a
know you
social
do.
setting. I don't go home and drink though. I mean, I'll drink with Sherry once in a while, but
we don't
Like,
we don't
we
drink
don't
a ton
drink
of,
home-
in our home
at home.
on our own either.
yeah,
Like we're the same as you.
yeah. But I love to tear it up. We go to the bars
Dude,
and have
oh,
fun.
I
with
know you
everybody.
do.
There are a few more enjoyable, like sitting around a fire
Oh.
on a beautiful summer night, having a whiskey cocktail. Dude,
I have something that will parallel that or blow it out of the water, and that's sitting by a fire outside on a beautiful night, smoking the peace pipe, bro.
yeah, never done it.
Yeah, because you wake up the next day and you feel totally normal.
Yeah,
It's so good.
I believe you.
With that being said,
I at this point I can't.
yeah, you can.
No, I can't. Like
you could.
no, I can't. Professionally, my profession excludes.
I
me.
mean, the capability is there.
okay. Let me
Capability,
rephrase.
yeah, capability is there.
I
Professionally.
I choose not to for sake of keeping my job.
Yeah,
How
me
about
too.
that?
No,
Is
for
that
sure.
fair?
And honestly, here's the gig. I don't smoke weed anymore. I haven't smoked weed for a long time now. I don't drink any alcohol at all. Like, you'll be hard pressed to catch me with a drink.
Straight edge, bro.
Yeah. It's weird because, like, when I was young, I used to just, like, legit, like, I'd be like, oh, cocaine? Yeah, let's do that.
Did
oh.
you get an X tattooed right below your ear?
No, I was never straight edge when all the kids were straight edge.
Oh.
It's funny how the economy of that works. I have a friend, a really close friend of mine. Actually, we're not really close anymore at all because he became a meth head. But
That'll do it.
yeah, that usually breaks it up. But he got straight edge and then West Coast tattooed on the other side of his head. He has 3 blackout X's down his shin, and I, at the time, was always like, why are you straight edge, bro? Like, you should get fucked up with us. It's so fun. Like, look at, like, we got this Coke, we got this weed, we got this beer. Like, let's go fucking, let's destroy
Yeah.
everything. And now he has drug addiction problems and has
Sure.
been to rehab and all this shit. And I'm like, man, like, I got all that shit out of my system.
Dude,
And now I just,
You see that
Dude,
all the time.
There's
It's crazy.
sometimes, dude, it hooks people, dude. I got
it'll grab you by the throat.
And it's
I
the
got 2
weird
friends
ones.
that are like, well, dude, I had a friend die last year.
Of
a
drug
really,
related stuff.
yeah, just fucking not taking care of his body.
Yeah, partying
Like
too
somebody
hard.
that, dude, you wouldn't, dude, this guy's a former Army Ranger. Like, dude, this guy is like squared away business wise. And then
Yeah.
just within the last 5-6 years, he just went hard in the paint.
That
and-
sucks.
Dude, I'll say this: like alcohol, it is brutal. Like
Yeah.
alcoholics, it is one of the I want to say only, but I'll say few just to allow room for, error.
Variations, yeah.
It is one of the.
It's crazy though. Addiction is like I don't know. I've had family members that were just completely
strung
alcoholics.
up.
You know what I mean? One being my father, and it took my mom saying, "I'm going to leave you," and he quit cold turkey, which is crazy because he was doing a fucking handle a night of
And
vodka
that's what I
when
was
we were
gonna say.
kids.
Alcohol withdrawal is one of the few withdrawals that'll kill you.
Bro, I've never seen anybody stronger than my pops. Like literally just my
It's-
mom kicked him out of the house for many, many months. Like he bought a trailer. He was living on the job sites where he's in construction. and he quit vodka. Like,
Just quit.
just quit.
That's
Never
tough.
seen anything like that before.
That's hard to do.
But dude, I've seen it like destroy people and their families.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I see it, dude, even in my age. I'm 38 years old, and I have friends who are just fucking. I have this rule where I don't really spend time with anyone anymore who doesn't bring value to my life.
Yeah,
It's a good rule to live
that's
by.
good.
It's a
yeah.
great rule, and honestly, like I'm like strict about it. Like I had a friend come to town who was like just a psychedelic drug user, pothead, drinks, bartends, like whatever, and he came to town and stuff. And
It's like a core tenet of his life is using alternate substances.
totally. And you know, one of my friends is like, "Oh, you should see him, dude. He's doing great. He bought a house. You know, he doesn't do drugs anymore."
Good.
And I was like, "That's fantastic." But the bottom line, period, end of all is, and this is not me being some kind of elitist, was like he brings zero value to my life.
Mhm.
There's nothing that he can bring as a person who just strictly works in a bar
Yeah.
to me financially, to me morally, to me peace. He can't bring peace to my life. Like I'm fucking, and straight up, he's like, "Let's hang out." And I'm like, "Yeah, cool, dude, just totally." And I just blocked his number.
There is a
I'm a fucking shitty human, but I'm protecting
No,
my
you-
peace. And here's the thing: like both of you bring insane value to my life, non-business related. You know what I mean? Like I could call
Yeah.
you guys, I could confide to you guys, I can talk to you
Yeah.
guys. You guys are both smart. You guys both have kind of like that go-getter business mindset. Like even if like you didn't have Black Rifle and I met you, we'd probably hit it off because you bring some kind of value to my life as
Yeah.
a person.
Same.
yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
And I just don't have fucking room in my life for that shit with fucking people.
And it's important too when you guys have young kids too. So when you bring people around your family,
Yeah.
they've got to be some kind of
It's a huge consideration.
It's a huge consideration.
The exception's the hot drunk housewives in the neighborhood. All that, we all during the summer we all just like straight up hang out. We have like bonfires in the front of our
Yeah.
houses, and it's usually two of the dads will drink and get drunk. All the moms are just fucking 3 sheets to the wind hammered, and then like three of us. are
White
just-
girl wasted, as they
I
say.
love it.
bro, like trying to ride the kids like Power Wheels and falling out of them drunk.
Yeah.
But I'll let them around my kids because they're good moms. They're just drunk as shit.
Yeah,
once
dude,
a
it's
week.
interesting. Like I used to go pretty hard, and then having kids changed so much of that perspective
Oh,
in my
dude.
life.
It really does.
Yeah, so much of that. Like for me, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like to tie one on every now and
Yeah.
again, but if I'm with my kids, I do not want my kids to see me out of control,
Ever.
and two, I never want to be in the position where if I need to snap to and defend my family, that I can't definitively do
Yeah,
that
yeah, for
with
sure.
with a level of mental acuity that I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
And that to me is a big part of it. Now, are there scenarios or safe havens that I can go to where I can maybe have a few more drinks than I would have otherwise? Yeah, for sure. But that requires some planning. You know what I mean? So that's a big part of it for me.
Yep.
That's a big part of it for me.
Yep.
I've been having a lot of conversations with my oldest son about discipline. Like he has this driving desire to want to win everything,
Fuck
Good.
yeah.
which is awesome.
I love it.
But right now what we're working through is he will do anything to win. He'll cut the corner. He'll push the other kid over.
I
Dude,
fucking
I
love
love
it,
it, dude. Yeah, dude.
Listen, I get
it's
it.
missing in today's society. It's
I-
like, dude,
So I
second
agree.
place is just as good. Third place, like, dude, fuck that. Be a
No.
winner, bro.
I agree.
That's
But,
why I
but
love
be a
wrestling.
winner honorably, right? Like that. I care about him. I don't want him to be a cheater.
No, I get it. For
and
sure.
so I don't want him to just like stomp on the kid next to him or cut the corner or short corner the race or whatever. I want him to understand that the value of winning comes in doing the race the right way.
yeah.
Oh,
Does that make sense?
yeah. Cheating is never going to fulfill the hole in your
Right.
fucking your desires.
Well, and so what, like the conversation I was having with him this morning is like, if you win by cheating, you didn't win.
No.
Like that's not a victory.
Yeah.
I
not at
will
all.
not sit back and praise you as a winner if the race wasn't run correct.
No, absolutely not.
And so these wheels are starting to click with him where he's like
How old is he?
7.
So, okay.
Like he right now, like it could not be a declared competition. And if they're running in a circle, all he wants to do is just pass that next kid.
Oh yeah.
Like he'll go around the obstacle just to get in front of the kid because his entire mindset is I gotta be first.
I have to win.
Which I'm like, cool, okay. it's you. This is an overall. It's a positive. You want to be a winner. Great. Like that's awesome. And I'm going to hone that, but it has to be in the context of running the race in an honorable way.
You know, that's actually for the dads listening, that's like a really good topic. So my son, I think I've told you guys this, and if I haven't, my son, if he even loses playing Mario Kart, hysterical.
Right.
And it took me, and like, and I'm merciless. I'll fuck his life up in Mario Kart.
It was like Gary Vee, like he'll never let his kids win.
Never.
He's like, they can win when they earn it.
Yeah. And my kid did beat me in a game recently, and he's just like, in your face. And I'm just like, hey, dude, I talk hella shit. Like, that's okay. You know, I dish it, I can receive it. That's okay.
Absolutely.
You know, but you don't do that shit to people who aren't giving you shit first. And I used to think like, man, like, why is he so hungry for victory that he can't even take a loss like a man? Right. And it dawned on me. He hates losing more than he likes winning. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
He loves winning. He fucking hates losing.
Right.
And I just, once it kind of dawned on me and think about that, I'm just like, oh, that's it. Go hard. Like, even in football, he was like, Dad, we're beating them real bad. And I'm just like, fucking stomp them out.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Well, literally make them go home sad.
Like what winning is truly being the best.
Yeah.
Like it means that you are the best at that thing at that time. Right. That's what victory is. It's not crossing the finish line. Like the win is being the best at it.
Yeah. I think that's why wrestling in school, I think we talked about this, how I got into wrestling early on, like 7th grade. But you are on a team.
But you're by yourself.
But it's an individual thing. It's an individual weight class, rather it be varsity or it be, you know, junior varsity or whatever it may be. It's something that, dude, you can't, that feeling of winning is pretty great. It's hard to,
dude, that's why my kids go in jiu-jitsu.
Dude, I'm that
It's
same
so
thing. That
important,
jiu-jitsu,
man.
it's like
soccer's over in May and they're going from soccer into jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
it is.
It's
There
amazing.
is nothing more humbling.
It's a skill that you will never, ever, you'll never forget the basics of the wrestling or the jiu-jitsu.
And I care about that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I do
But
care
also
about the
it's
skill.
great for a kid to understand what it feels like to just be fucking dominated.
Yeah.
Well, I told my wife
And
this
then
morning, I was like, I
what
want him
it's
to
like
get his
to
ass
do the
kicked.
dominating.
Well, it's crazy. So, like we talked about the drinking thing, and you have them buddies over for the fire pits and whatnot. A couple months back, had a bunch of people over the house. We were getting fucked up. Everybody was getting, all the guys. And then what happens? The guys want to start wrestling around. Dude, and taking the biggest dude on in the backyard, like guy your size, and just pinning him to the ground. And they're like, damn, how the hell do you do that? Dude, it's just like leverages, and it's just
Weight
like
distribution.
just knowing how to like.
Big does not mean win.
Yeah, dude, it's
No.
crazy.
If you're fighting the whole time, you're not winning.
We all woke up the next day hella sore. My neck was all fucked
sure.
up.
Like,
My
ah,
arm, like,
fuck,
yeah.
help.
But I mean, wrestling and jiu-jitsu, I think every kid,
It should be mandatory.
boy
in
or
school.
girl, I think
Yeah.
the parents should get them into it for
Well,
sure.
We finally just committed to spend the money because it's, it'll cost a few $100 a month to
It's a
get
lot of
both
money.
of our boys in there.
Yeah.
And that's a commitment. But we're at the point now where these lessons, they have to come with pain. And I told Jordan, I'm like, look, young men, they need to physically understand humility.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
yes, I can explain until I'm blue in the face what humility is, but until he gets his ass kicked, and then the guy that kicks his ass reaches down and says, hey man, great
Good
job.
job.
Get back up and let's go again. And you do that over. That is the way that young men understand that.
Yeah.
And I am of the
So
opinion
important.
it's almost the only way that young men understand that.
There's a reason why all the great civilizations of the past that were known to be fucking savage warriors,
They're warrior civilizations.
they started fucking training their kids when they were like fucking 5.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, this hurts. Yes, you just got cut. Yes, you just got thrown down.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
your
just
hand's
blood.
broken. Deal with it. And
and for the
Well, you
parents
see
to sit
so
back
many people,
and
dude.
let it happen.
it's fucking hard.
You see so many fucking helicopter fucking moms, bro. Like,
Dude,
It's
I got
hard.
them in my own family, and I can't believe, I mean, dude, it drives me nuts because what do you say?
we
Yeah.
took our kids to a trial class last night. It's called Kid Strong or something like that. It's
Oh,
like
right here on Meridian?
Yeah.
Or did you go to the Boise one?
No, the one right here on Meridian.
My kids go there.
Yeah.
Both of them.
So conceptually super cool.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of like every kid gets an award at the end.
They do it at random though, which is nice.
Okay.
It's literally they have all the names in a wheel,
Yeah.
and the coach clicks a button. So it's never based on
What is this? What do they do
It's
there?
like-
So it's like
CrossFit
kind of
for
think
kids.
CrossFit, but for kids. It's like obstacle
Oh.
courses.
Oh, like- okay.
They push sleds. They do monkey bars.
But it's
Like they're
also
not doing Olympic lifts.
social skills like shaking hands.
Yeah. Look
and-
at
looking
each other
people
in the eyes.
yeah.
Shake hands. That kind of
so
stuff.
they do a lot of that, and it's great. It is. I will say.
But there are some helicopter parents in there, dude. We're sitting there, and I've never been in this place before, and you guys, like, you've seen me in social situations. Like, I'm a pretty social guy, but if I'm in a place where I know no one, I'm just gonna sit back and watch.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just gonna observe, and that's all I did. And there are so many parents who just can't stay quiet for an hour.
Nope.
So
Let the coach coach.
Yep.
They're like, do this, do that. Hey, kiddo, do this. I'm like,
So at Kidstrong, and you'll see at Kidstrong,
let the coach.
you are encouraged as a parent to do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's not to try to not let the coach have his thing. It's to be supportive. Like if you see your kid, there's only one or two coaches, and maybe they're both looking at other kids. And if your kid's cheating or cutting a corner or not doing good form on a squat, you go, hey, Mav, come here. Make sure ass to the ground, dude. Like do it right.
Dude, where were these things when we were kids?
It was called riding your bike and
Yeah,
the sunlight.
like I was
when-
in the, I
till
was
the
in the
lights came
neighborhood,
on.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was out like fist fighting and
Dude,
riding bikes.
remember
and
when
shit.
you would like go to a field, take a shovel, build a jump and shit?
Yep.
And there was no parents there to watch
No.
you and fucking fall off your bike, skin your knees,
And you
get
just deal with
fucked
it.
up, and you just
Yeah.
dealt with it.
Yeah.
Remember when you fall down and knock the wind out of yourself
You're
and
like,
you're like,
and you can't
and you
breathe.
cannot breathe?
Dude, I will never forget the first time because we used to like jumping off of the tallest parts of the jungle gym that we could
Mhm.
find.
Yep.
So like we climb on top of the slide and try to jump
Yeah, yeah.
off. And the first time I over rotated and landed flat on my back on the bark, and you just like the wind is out of you.
You didn't even know what happened to you.
You
You're
don't
like,
even know what
You're like,
happened.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
dying.
You're just like,
I'm dying.
Well, that's
dead.
it. Checking out mom. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
This is the end.
Yeah.
There was nobody there to help you.
Exactly.
Except for your friends.
Yeah.
Nope. Yeah.
So, I don't know. So there are things where
Yeah, I don't know.
I get it. Like I do understand. Like, hey, help us keep your kids accountable. That's cool. But there are also points where Jordan and I, some of the things that I was just talking about coaching my kid through this
Yeah.
morning, those are things we observed last night.
Yeah.
Like he just wanted to pass the kids. They were doing this thing where, they were doing a race where they had a sled with like a plate in the middle.
Yeah.
And they push it out, and they're supposed to get like 4 bean bags and 2 cones and 1 medicine ball, and you have to go. Every item you have to get, it's a lap.
Yep.
Right. And so he went out and grabbed like 2 things and then came back. So he was cutting a corner.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like,
You're supposed to get one. Go back.
I'm like, do you think you won? He's like, yeah, we won. I'm like, you lost.
Yeah.
You might have thought you finished first, but you didn't do the race right.
you didn't follow
Yeah.
the
You cheated.
instructions. Yeah.
Like you cheated. You lost. And he sat there like almost crushed that I'm telling him that he was a loser in that race. And I'm like, dude, the point isn't the finish line. The point is running the race well.
Yeah.
But like these are the things where I'm like, these lessons have to just be learned physically. They
Yeah.
have to. You can't just talk it through.
So my sister, I'm just straight up. I've been pretty much estranged from my sister once since we moved here. Like the first year was awesome because they all live here.
Yeah.
But dude, she won't let my nephew play like contact sports. And I'm like, dude, what in the fuck are you doing? Like,
Soft times. Or wait, what is it? Good times, soft men? Isn't that how it
I'm
goes?
like,
No,
Get this-
it's good times create soft
get him,
men,
let
soft
him,
creme,
let him.
hard times.
I mean, they did let him do trap, but dude, I mean, come on, no football, no like wrestling. Like, I'm like, what in the fuck? Like, I'd have been pushing my son to do these things. Like,
Yeah.
I can't tell her how to raise her son, but
well, she's
we're gonna find out real quick because he's turning 18 here.
Yep.
I mean, here's the thing.
That's the problem with new cops. Straight up.
Yeah,
They never had real conflict.
Did you watch
And
that
so-
video I sent you guys of that cop
Yeah,
who was
yeah.
there's a dude in I think it was like an old folks
Nursing.
home
It was a nursing
Yeah.
home.
Chainsaw.
with a chainsaw.
Yeah,
And this cop
I'm
pulls a
gonna tase you.
taser.
I'm gonna tase you. I'm gonna
and
tase you.
as the
get
guy
on the ground, put it on the ground, put
and
it. I'm
as
like,
he
dude, what
starts
the fuck?
chainsaw and starts swinging it at people, the cop retreats.
Yep.
What?
Yeah,
On what planet?
that's why.
On
Don't
what
fucking
planet?
call the cops. You see some shit like that, you fucking dump them now.
I agree,
Yeah.
but I still want the cops to be competent. So when they are there,
They're not though
they
these
can
days, dude.
solve the
All
problem.
the good cops are retiring. like literally retiring.
Yeah, we got like 6 years left of good
Or they
police
work in a fucking state where they're not even allowed to be a cop. So
Yeah.
they'll end up moving to Idaho when they figure it all out.
I was like, the cops
Or
here,
do
they're allowed to be cops here.
Here they are.
Before I forget, and this is a plug for this book, I'm gonna bring you a book to read to your boys.
What is it?
And I want you to read, at least you can push it out for 20 days, but you could read, it's called Rules of a Night.
Oh, interesting.
And this book was gifted to me by my uncle, who, as soon as Maverick was born, he's like, you have to have this book for your son.
Yeah, we're doing Way of the Warrior Kid right now.
Oh, it's a great book.
Yeah.
And the movie's going to be awesome, I bet, because
Yeah.
Chris Pratt's going to be in it. I'm stoked. But my uncle gave this to me. Long story short, Ethan Hawke, the actor, right? Well,
Yep.
I guess when his great-grandfather died, they found a bunch of stuff. And in that was like writings in Latin of like the story, essentially. This knight who was on his deathbed was like, shit, I'm not going to get to raise my kids. I'm going to write these rules down for them. And then he got a hold of these, hired all these professionals to like translate them and get them all organized and stuff. And he turned it into a book. It was the guy who wrote it all was Sir Thomas Lamell Hawke.
Oh, this is
of
real.
Cornwall. Yeah. He was killed in the Battle of Slaughter Bridge. But anyways, he wrote this all down. Well, Ethan Hawke is related to that guy. And it was just passed down through generations in his family.
That's cool.
And when
Badass.
my uncle got me the book and handed it to me, because he mailed it, he wrote in it like, call me and I'll explain everything.
Yeah.
So we were related to that guy too. My father's name is Hawks, but it was Hawk growing up in Ireland, like all our lineage. When they moved to America, they added the S, Hawks.
Really?
Yeah. So we were falconers way back in the day in Ireland.
Where did Wayland come from?
Wayland is my mom's, who is also Irish. That's Dublin, Ireland. Because Whalen, which is the other variation spelling of Wayland, is English.
Okay.
So like Sean Whalen, that
Yeah.
lion, not sheep, that's English. Whelan, fucking pussies. Whelan is of origin Dublin, Ireland. So both sides of my family are Irish.
The land of Era. Isn't that how they say it?
Yeah.
How do you say it?
It's like air.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
Irie, something like that.
Yeah, it's weird. So what it is it's a book, and essentially he just broke it down. There's 20 rules in the book, and each one's like a virtue, right?
So is the chapter broken down by rule? Like rule?
Yeah,
in that
chapter one is
one's
rule
virtue
one.
one. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I'll read I bought like 10 of these books because now I hand them out to people when they have kids, but you already had your kids when I met you. Never occurred to me till now. So the first rule is solitude. And it's create time alone for yourself. When seeking wisdom and clarity of your own mind, silence is a helpful tool. And it's a whole paragraph on it. And
that gives me chills thinking about that.
then there's a story.
It's true.
Then there's like a little story with it. Humility. Never announce that you are a knight. Simply behave as one. I fucking love that. That's my favorite one.
Dude, we could all read these books.
Will you send me? Do you have a?
Yeah,
send
I
me
have
the
a
link
copy.
yeah.
I'll literally just give you one. But that's my favorite. I always remind my son of that. Humility. Never announce that you are a knight. Simply behave as one. You don't have to tell people that you're a knight. If you act like a knight, they're gonna fucking know, right? Lesson 3 is gratitude. Only the only intelligent response to the ongoing gift of life is gratitude. Then number 4 is pride. Never pretend you are not a knight or attempt to diminish yourself because you deem it will make others more comfortable. So being allowed to be prideful of who you are and sticking to your guns. Like, this is who I am. Number 5 is
Love it. Dude, I got
cooperation.
Chills, man.
Oh, this shit's great. Number 5 is cooperation. Each one of us is walking on our own road. We are born at specific times in specific places, and our challenges are unique. As knights, as knights, understanding and respecting our distinctiveness is vital to our ability to harness our collective strength. Number 6 is friendship. The quality of your life will, to a large extent, be decided by with whom you elect to spend your time. Forgiveness is number 7. Honesty is number 8. Courage, grace, patience, justice, generosity, discipline, dedication, speech. Speech is really good, and this one reminds me a lot of like stuff that I do because I'll shit talk people publicly to their face, to their friends. Like, if I don't like someone, I'm like, you must know I don't like you. Like, I have to convey that. But it's like, do not speak ill of others. A knight does not spread news that he does not know to be certain. So it's like preventing that gossip stuff. Like everything that happened with Grantham, how all those things went around. It's like no one was being intentional with their speech. 17 is faith. Sometimes to understand more, you need to know less. That's great. Equality, love, and death. Those are all 20 of them.
Send the link in our group text.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
please.
mean, that's a book that anybody could read.
Dude, it's
Not
great.
just for
and
kids.
And it's funny too, because like
Man, that's beautiful.
it's literally this book's like this big.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's about
I'll
this
get it for my
thick.
grandson.
It's green. And here's the thing. I read it to my kid, or if I see him doing something, it's like, all right. He's like, can we read tonight? I'm like, yeah, because I read with my kid every night. And everyone's like, you should let your kid read. I'm like, I think there's something to be said about dad sitting down to read a specific thing.
We do both.
Yeah, I let him read when he wants to read Captain Underpants. I'm like, go ahead, fucking read. I ain't reading that shit.
Yeah.
But if it's something where I see at like football or he's doing something, it's like, oh, I have a verse for that kind of thing, you know? It's a great book, and it's seriously so funny because it's just the tiniest little book, and on the front it just says rules for a knight, and it just has a knight's sword on it. And it comes with little ribbons where you can mark your spot and stuff. It's a fucking great book. I'll bring you copies. It's great.
Yeah.
I'm not even
All
kidding you.
right,
I've
all right.
bought 10.
Apparently, the Andy Frisella books for the kids are awesome. So he's
Really?
wrote like 4 or 5 different books for kids, and they're just like bestsellers.
Oh, I need to get some because I did all the Draco books. Like we did the dragon one. Have you read
Mhm.
that one?
Yeah,
Johnny
yeah,
and the
my-
Dragon or whatever.
Yeah. Mikey, it's called, is it called, we call it Mikey and the Dragon.
Mikey and the Dragon.
I don't
what
think
it
that's
is.
the actual title of
It
the
is.
book, though.
I think
Is
it
it?
is. I think it's Mikey and the Dragon or something like that. But yeah, and that was a great one too because it's like, yo, dude, like all these things people are so fearful of, it's just because they don't know.
Yeah,
And
so,
these
like-
dragons are cool.
This is so crazy to listen to you guys. I mean, I didn't have this kind of upbringing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Neither did I.
nobody read
Nor did
books
I.
to us.
Yeah.
Like school, I'm kind of embarrassed to admit this, but school wasn't really a big deal in our household.
It's not.
Like the higher learning and any of that shit, which it's not for me either. I mean, I think college is like,
Education is important.
yeah, I think so
Yes.
too. You know, and I wish I was more educated and wanted to be more.
I don't mean school. I mean education.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wish I would have paid attention a little bit
Sure.
closer
Sure.
to certain things, and I wish it was more important in our upbringing.
Well, there's something to
but
be
I
said
think
about
it's-
getting good grades. It feels good.
Yeah,
I
for
can't
sure.
relate.
Well, I can't relate either. So,
Well, because
and I
it's
think
a goal.
maybe it was why I was so pushing myself to do better every time, you know, and be
Yeah.
a winner and trying to be the best that I could be.
Yeah.
Like, so it's very interesting to hear these stories that you're reading to your kid. You're reading to your kid. I got another buddy that reads religiously to his children.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of cool.
Well, it's funny. My 3-year-old will be like, Declan, read. You read. And he'll come in and sit with us and just like fucking ruin everything that we're trying to. I'm trying to like, this is really important. I'm trying to get this. And he's just like, rip. And I'm like, thank you. And he's like, turn page, rip. And I'm like, stop, please.
I've noticed this with myself. So like right now we're reading through a book called Theology, which is like it's a kid's language version of like of our family's theological beliefs.
Oh, nice.
And then we're reading Way of the Warrior Kid. And I'm doing this with
Such a
my
good
oldest
book.
son, not with my youngest son right now. Like when he wants to come in and participate, he's welcome to.
Yeah.
But like right now the intent is with my older son.
Sure.
And I'll do the same with my younger son.
How far apart are they?
About 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's been really interesting because like what you said, like I'll have him read some and then I'll read some. What I have a hard time reminding myself of is that even though he does have the mental capacity to sit and be disciplined,
Yeah.
he is still 7.
He's 7.
And so
dude.
there are times
Yeah.
where like I am almost taking the lessons in as
More than
his father, and this is just by virtue of maturity and age.
Yeah.
I want to zone in and focus, and he's still
Yeah, he's just like,
ADD 7-year-old. So where I'm like, I want to spend hours contemplating these topics. He's like, Dad, 10 minutes, and I'm
checked out.
like, it's time to go play Nerf
Yeah.
Battle again.
You get,
you know what I mean?
what you can out of kids.
You and that's like I'm having a hard time. Maybe not having a hard time. I have to constantly remind myself like you can kick a dead horse with a kid.
Yeah.
And it's where it may not be redundant in an adult conversation. It becomes really redundant quickly with kids.
yeah.
So you
what's-
have to hit that point and then move on.
Yeah,
you know?
and just let it be.
And it's
really
repetition.
interesting too because
It's
I'm
cool.
very impatient with my fucking kids.
Yeah.
Like if it's like take a shower and my son walks by and like picks something up off the floor, I'm like, I said shower, not pick that up off the floor. Get your shit, go shower now. Like I'm very
Oh, I'm pretty strict. Like if I tell you to get up and clean your room because
Oh,
we're
100%.
leaving, I mean now, not when you feel like it.
Right.
Yeah.
But my point is like when I'm like that, I don't ever have that internal check yourself, dude, calm down. It's a kid.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Whereas when I see my wife lose it on something, I'm always just like, honey.
that is the paradigm of the father, man.
Right. But it's like,
And
I look at her
husband.
and she's like yelling about something and I'm just like,
You're the rational one in this duo.
right. And it's like, I look at her and I'm like, he's just a little dude. Like he's 8. He's just a little dude, honey.
Oh
Like,
my God, dude. I thought I was the only one.
no. And she's like, you do this all the time. And
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God, I thought I was the only one.
But you need to check me when I'm doing that.
Yeah.
So like sometimes like she'll be like yelling or mad about something and I literally walk in and just like walk away and she'll have to leave the room. And then I'll sit down and I'll have that long like father-son talk lecture kind of deal.
So dude, I love this because I am the same way.
Yeah.
I'm in my mind, I'm like, my wife is maternal and rational.
Mhm.
She's feminine and she's like, she has all of these things.
But then
and,
when she snaps, you're like,
and then she snaps and I'm like,
whoa.
Settle down, woman.
tranquilo. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, you need to chill. But like, then when I do it in my brain, I'm like, no, I'm losing my mind for a rational reason.
Yeah.
And it's like,
This makes
it's so
sense.
rarely rational.
Yeah. No, it's funny, man. It's really, it's crazy, dude. Like being raised without a dad, just like you, it's like, there are so many lessons I had to learn on my own.
From the inverse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's fuck, dude. So like to be able to have a book that I found or was given, that it's just like,
That's cool because you just mentioned that. It's like you're learning the lesson yourself.
yeah.
Maybe when he's not paying attention. And that's cool.
Yeah.
That's
Even the Jocko books, man.
Oh, it's so good.
Like, dude, just like, oh, well, listen. Like, literally after we were done with the books, I was like, what'd you think about this? And Maverick's response was, I need to do pull-ups. And I'm like, that's fair.
All right.
Because the big thing in the book was he wanted to learn how to swim.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to learn how to do pull-ups. And he wanted freedom. And we already completed the whole series. There's like 2 or 3 books or whatever.
Jocko, that's what Jocko wanted.
That's the Way of the Warrior Kid. And I'm like, all these amazing lessons.
And you got pull-ups.
And he's just like, I need to do pull-ups. Well, now at Kid Strong, he can do pull-ups. And I'm
Right.
like, okay, cool. Kid Strong taught him how to do pull-ups. And, you know, so it's just funny how like kids will take in information and they're so they make life so cut and dry.
It's,
Like-
well, it's just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Have you seen that GIF going around, or not GIF, the short going around where the mom and dad are in Starbucks and she's ordering coffee and the kid's like, hey mom, can I have a cookie? And she's like, nah, sweetheart, you got cookies at home. And she's like, you got coffee at home.
Yeah.
And the mom's like,
Shoot. Yes. Dude, it's so true. Like, Dad, why are you stressed out? Like, oh, work. Why don't you just stop working? And I'm just like, oh man. I mean,
Valid
that's
point.
like legit. Like that's
well, and so this is
fair.
the conversation that I've been having with my kid about my own self, because I have not been a great example of like physical discipline.
yeah.
Like as setting the example
Same,
for fitness.
dude.
My wife is incredible. She works out 5 days a week. Like she's a beast.
Yeah.
She's fit. Like she's a beast. And so lately, like for the last, what's it been? About a month now?
Yeah.
Like I'm down 12 pounds. I've been eating clean. As an unfortunate result of a few physical ailments, I've not been working out like I have been wanting to, but I digress. I'm had this part of the conversation I had with my kid today about winning was also about self-discipline. And I'm like, I'm going to give you an example that is hurtful for me to say this about myself. I was disciplined at one point in time where I was physically fit, and then I got lazy.
Mhm.
And the consequences of that laziness now are me having to fight back to being fit.
Even
Yeah.
harder.
Yep.
And it's harder. The consequences are harder than the discipline would have been if I just maintained that fitness for
Yep.
my whole life.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, you know, I get it. And what's cool though is like, you know, I'll come out in the morning. You know, I usually weigh myself like maybe once or twice a week. I'm not like a jump on the scale every day, but I'm like, hey, I'm down another 1.5 pounds. And my kid, I don't know that he really knows what he's celebrating, but he sees that I'm celebrating something and he's like encouraging me.
Go, Dad.
And that,
Knuckles.
and I'm like, dude, if I can just slowly start, like, if it's something that he witnesses from me
Mhm.
from here until adulthood, like those lessons are going to be forever.
Involve
You know what I
him
mean?
too.
Yeah.
So like I've been working since December. I've been working out like way consistently and stronger than probably I've been in a while. Right. And I'm not like hyper focused on diet. I guess I should be more, but it's more just like I go to the gym so I don't want to swallow
Well,
shotguns.
you go to the gym to build muscle. You you lose fat in the kitchen.
Yeah, and I'm not even
That's just the
I'm not
truth.
even going to the gym to build muscle. I'm going to the gym to strictly just have my adrenaline dump early so I can just regulate for the whole day. And that's it. Like it's my vessel for mental health
Mhm.
when winter hits and when I'm just stressed about work or whatever. And it's like, dude, like Maverick, you want to come? He's like, sure.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'll like bring him and he'll like do all the stuff I'm doing, but with just like no weights.
No weight, yeah.
You know, and he's just moving around and stuff. And, you know, now he's just like, Dad, you should go to the gym.
Yeah.
I'm like, I already went. He's just like, are you sure? And I'm like, "Dude, you want fucking proof, bro?
You know, we like, I was going to have this conversation. Sherry's gone. She's over visiting our grandson. She comes back tomorrow. But when she gets back, I'd like want to sit down with her and be like, what are we doing? Like, we have this beautiful gym that we paid thousands of dollars for in our garage.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm a business owner. The stores, I'm not going to say run without me, but they can run
At least for a few
Wh-
hours.
exactly.
Yeah,
There-
you can. Like,
I have
legit show
zero
up when you want.
excuse.
None.
We wake up early.
And you guys,
Every
you
day.
guys walk.
We
I
do.
mean,
Yeah, we
it's
do.
not like you're not active.
Right. We need to be more disciplined. I need to be more disciplined. I don't.
Same.
I can't speak for Sherry. She's very disciplined. I need to be more disciplined, and I have zero reasons why I'm not.
Yeah.
I
sound
should
like
take
I'm-
the time, like you just read out of that off that Nights. I want that book. I'm going to read that book, and then I'm going to give it to my grandson.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah,
Um,
dude.
Write a note for him
but-
in it too.
Yeah,
And
for
that's
sure.
so cool because you get to be grandpa and do that alongside him.
But dude, there
You know
is
what I mean?
no reason. So when one of those rules that you just read about taking that time for yourself,
Mhm.
solitude.
solitude.
You guys, that's what I'm talking about, dude.
That- like,
fitness
that's a
and eating
lesson
right
for all
is
of us.
Self-love.
Yeah,
It absolutely
Solitude.
is.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy, bro. You like, I'm gonna be 50 real quick now, and it's like
Yeah, you are.
I'm wondering, dude, I'm wondering why. Like, life is short, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
It is short. Like, my mom called me. My dad's been in and out of the hospital a lot lately.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
He's 80 plus years old, dude. He's had a great life. Like, I
Yeah.
was telling my mom last night, I said, you know, are you prepared for this if one day he doesn't come out of that hospital?
There ain't no if. That's
Like-
and I don't mean because of your dad. That's just life.
It's
Yeah.
life. And
That
I'm
is
trying
the
to get my
one
mom.
certainty is we will all one day die.
I'm trying to get my mom prepared, mentally prepared for this.
Yeah.
And we had these conversations yesterday because he's in the hospital right now. Like, I've got to wrap my head around it too because he's the only figure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, life's short, dude.
Yeah, man.
It is.
Yeah, it really is. It's wild.
It is.
So having a plan and taking that time for yourself is important.
I think
And just off that rule right there just
Yeah.
struck a nerve.
I think a lot about legacy,
Dang.
dude. I think like
Yeah.
what if I were to go today on the way home? Like, what are my sons gonna look back and remember of me?
All good things.
I want that to be true.
You would hope so. Yeah.
I want that to be true.
That's important.
But am I taking advantage of every moment that I can?
yeah.
And I know definitively that answer for me is no. So like my goal is just to every day get better at taking advantage of the moments that I have. Like, dude, I've been laid up. I got an injury or whatever. This last week's been pretty painful for me. My kids have been begging me to do Nerf battles. And like for a couple days, like I just couldn't. And then finally, like 2 days ago, still in quite a bit of pain. And I'm like, look, regardless of how much pain I'm in, there are only a finite amount of Nerf battles that I get to have with my kids.
Period.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get my ass up and I'm going to go,
Gonna go do them.
I'm
yeah.
going to go have a Nerf battle with my kids. Like pain be damned. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so like I just got up and it's like, it's choosing to take advantage of the moments that we have. Like it's the only non-renewable resource. We can make more money. We can buy more things.
Yeah.
We can
Yeah.
sell things, whatever. We will never get minutes back. Ever.
Never.
That is the one resource that we can define as wealth. Like if you own your time, you spend it well.
So I was trying to tell my mom last night, like, I'm like, go spend those time. Go spend these minutes. Go sit down there with him. Like, go like
Yeah.
consume yourself. Everything else could be taken care of.
Yeah.
You have enough money, get a gardener.
Yeah.
Well, I got to do the yards. I got to do this.
You ain't
It's like,
taking your money with you.
you're not
Spend it.
taking, it's the time. You can't get it
Yup.
back. Like, dude, I'm just like, the time is ticking
Yeah.
right now. There's not a better time. I feel like my mental state is there, right? I've got 3 good businesses that are doing well. I mean, they could be doing better, obviously, but dude, the time, you're never getting it back.
Yeah.
Nope.
So like I'm kicking myself for not going over there because I had all these things going on at work, you know, with taxes and things, and my wife's over there and enjoying the time
Yeah.
with my grandson. And so now I'm like, fuck. I cannot make excuses anymore. You have to just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just do it. It's true.
And the rules. I mean, just one thing that you just said out of there, the time. Like it's
Huge.
It's crazy. Yeah.
It's huge. Now imagine if we can get the next generation to have that wisdom early.
Yeah.
You know what that
Well, you guys are
changes.
teaching that. You know what I mean?
Trying.
That's-
It's so hard because you want the lesson to be learned. And as a dad, you have to just be okay with the fact that the lesson is ongoing
forever.
And I think the lesson's going to come when people are ready to receive it. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you have to be willing to receive it. It's got to be at that right moment,
Yeah.
you know, because there's a lot of things, dude. Like there's a lot of things that I've passed on when I probably shouldn't have. But we also take the time for ourselves as well. Like I'm not saying that we don't, but you have to be ready to receive the message.
Yeah.
Or the lesson.
That's the episode right there. Title of the episode. Receive it. Receive it.
No, but for
It's
real.
true.
You know what I mean? And that goes
It's
for
true.
everything.
Yeah.
Well, and there's also some validity in like with kids specifically. Like, man, when I found out Erica was pregnant, what do you think the first thing I did was? I called my mom. Holy shit.
Were you scared?
I was fucking terrified. I mean, I was excited. I literally, Nick was living with us at the time, and we were living in San Jose. We had literally just got home from jiu-jitsu. I was still in my gi pants, like physically still dripping wet, covered in sweat. Got home. Nick's like in the foyer, and Erica's like, "Oh, I have something for you." And I come in, she hands me a little bag, and it has baby shoes and like a little baby onesie. And I was like, "Who the fuck's pregnant right now?" Like, like legit, like who's pregnant right now?
That's very similar to how mine went.
Yeah. And I was like, "Oh, these are cute." Who are like basically like, which one of your friends is pregnant? And she's just like, "They're for you and us." And I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Keep going." Like, stop being impatient. Don't be a man right now. Like, use detail. Go back in, pull out a pregnancy test. And I was like, "Oh shit." And I was like, genuinely excited. I was like, "Holy shit, this is fucking crazy." Da, da, da. And then as soon as like it settled, Nick walked into the room, was just like, "Congratulations." And I
Our
was
friendship is over.
no, he was like, "Congrats." And he's like, "So I'm moving out in 8 months." And he did. Right away, he's just like, "Oh, baby, I'm out. I'm moving out." And he did. It's funny because he lives with us now again.
Yeah.
So, but now he's Uncle Nick. He fucking loves it. But yeah, I called my mom right away. Like literally was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go do something." I got in my car and I called my mom. I was like, "What the fuck am I supposed to do?"
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, that's one of those lessons. It's like, she's probably been trying to prep me for that my whole life.
Sure.
And I'm just like, ignore, not ready, not important. Then I call her immediately and I'm just like, "Help."
I say that with intention now. I'll be like, there are certain things that until you grow up and find a wife and have a son of your own that you just aren't going to understand.
Yeah.
Like I use that language with them. I'm like, no, I'm preparing you to
Yeah, you'll learn.
I'm
know
preparing
someday.
you to be a man, to be a husband, to be a father.
Yep.
Like it's legacy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or even when my oldest, "You're a mean dad. I hate you." And I'm like, one day you're going to meet a woman. You're going to have your own kids. And only then will you even start to understand how much I love you.
Yeah.
Like you will never, until that day comes when you hold your firstborn son in your hands, you will never know how much I love you.
Yeah. I love you so much it pisses me off sometimes.
Well, that's it. And it's like, but then I tell them all the time, but like, I'm going to continue to be mean dad and you can hate me all you want. It's my fucking house, my rules. Go to your room. But I always make sure to hit like the important part first. Like, I promise you one day you'll understand, but like right now you don't. So go to your fucking room.
Yeah.
Little shithead. You know? So it's wicked. But yeah, I'll get you guys the book.
Yeah.
I think I have like 4 copies, 3 copies.
No, I can't.
left,
I
so
can't wait to read that.
It's a
Or
great
just send me
book.
the link and I'll buy the fucking book because
No, just
everybody
give it
needs
to
to
me.
have it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
I
give it
can't
to
wait
you.
to read it.
I bought them to give them out. Like, I'm not even kidding you. After Maverick was born, I had read the full book myself. And I realized all my friends were about my age and they're all starting to get, "My wife's pregnant. I'm having kids, this and this." And I was like, "I need to order it." So I told Eric, I was like, "I'm ordering 10 of these."
Yeah.
And I ordered, they're like cheap, dude. They're like $9 books.
Yeah.
They're not expensive. And I ordered 10 and I legit gave one to my real estate friend Shelby. I gave one to my friend Michael. Like I gave one to my friend Drew. I'm just like,
It's cool.
You
It's a
need
great
to
gift.
read this. And if you're having a daughter, you need to read this.
Yeah.
Because like your daughter will not have to have some of these virtues like a man will. You know, still great. You can read it to your daughter,
capacity.
but it'll be different.
It's different.
You know, but for a man, it's like, "Read this shit, little motherfucker."
Yeah.
So
It's cool.
yeah, I'll get you the books. It's good shit.
Dude, I don't know a better place to end this conversation. That was such a productive
It's
conversation.
awesome. I can't wait to get the book. I want to read it.
I know, man.
It's
Me
a good
too.
book. You'll be done in a day.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
It's a
That's
really-
a sit down.
Yeah, it's, I mean, like, you know, took me a couple hours
Yeah.
max, but it was also because like I'd go back and reference things, and I was like,
Sure.
oh, this seems important. I should highlight this, or
Yeah.
oh, and so you know, it's a book that you can read quick
So,
and get through. But
I buy a lot of books. I don't read a lot of books, but I at some point, like, can't believe everything that's in these. You know, most books, like I buy a lot
You
of cool
listen to
books.
them, yeah.
And I listen to them and whatnot. But so I
I
like
listen
to have
books
them.
too, but
Yeah.
I refuse to listen to a book that I don't own physically.
Yeah.
So-
Well, that's the same thing. So it was like I buy them and then I just listen to. I'll download
Yeah.
them and listen to them in the car or whatnot. But it's nice to have books
Yeah, I agree.
yeah,
because I mean, having a library is awesome.
I love
it
it.
is. I have one audiobook, dude, that I listen to all the time, over and
Yeah.
over. 10 books in the series, and when I finish it, I just repeat it, and I listen to it when I drive, listen when I work.
Yeah.
And it's a stupid ass book. It ain't even a great book.
Yeah.
It's called Coming Home or Going Home by Angry American. And it's a prepper book about an EMP hitting America.
One of the
And
first
it's great.
One of the first books I think I bought was 7 Seasons in a Man's Life.
Mm.
You guys should look that one up.
Never
Yeah, I'll
heard it.
check it out.
Yeah.
It's a good book.
I'll listen to it. I'll look it up.
7 seasons.
All right, y'all. I really appreciate this conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is fun.
This is a good one.
Yeah.
I love this kind of stuff.
Same.
No Quarter Pod on all the things. Help us get past that 1,000 subs on YouTube.
Yeah, I want to give out those passes.
We're
Do it or else.
4-pack to Boise Black Rifle Range Day. And we're going to release a limited edition t-shirt at that 1,000 sub mark.
Hell yeah.
All right, y'all. We love you guys. Thank you. You didn't say it.
Out.